Hello,
Hi, everybody. It's Courtney and my 14-year-old daughter,
Melly.
Melly. She's 14 years old now. And she hadn't been like on a lot of and Cash, our fur baby, the family fur baby, Cash.
He says hi.
He says hi. He's such a ham. He came and ran and jumped up in Melly's lap. Dinah is also in the background. She didn't really want to get on camera with us today. We're all in mommy and daddy's room up at the lake house. But
Yeah, but I want to say hi.
Dinah. So anyway, you guys, first I want to say thank you so much for the support for our YouTube channel. We're almost at 600 subscribers. We started this out. Actually, Daniel, my husband, started this channel out. He really was doing it because he saw a lot of misinformation during Barack Obama's term, and he really just wanted to get some information out there, combat some of the things that were going on. And then we hit an election that was very important, and he started kind of pulling me in, kind of like he did with the Facebook. And so here we are. And we have a goal, you guys, of hitting 1,000 subscribers before election. Okay, so that's a pretty beefy goal. We had to take some time off. I had suffered a miscarriage, which we shared. We had other things going on, just a lot of things going on. But this is 2020. The vision is clear. We need to re-elect President Donald John Trump. And so, at any rate, what brought this video on, you guys, with me bringing Melly back in today is that I had a family member, which, usually we're the crazies, we're kind of the outcasts in a lot of the family circles. We do have some family members that direct message us. They're not as open and out there as Daniel and I are. We feel like it's a calling that we educate people and make sure that we get this side of things out to people, because a lot of people did not realize that, hey, you know what, I'm really a conservative thinker. I really am not for this and not for that. And through him beginning to educate them, they started seeing that, hey, really my views line up more with the Republican side of things. But anyway, what brought this on was one of my family members had posted that BLM had been hijacked by the LGBTQ and liberal whites and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting up like, I've been guilty of using the term too, hijack, but it's not been hijacked. This is what it's been from the beginning. And so Melly overheard Daniel and me talking about it, and she started having questions. And I said, you know what? I'm going to answer her questions. Her dad and I answered her questions. But then I said, let's do a video too about what we went over a little bit. And what I found to start with for her, I don't know, is this going to come in? Yes, there we go. From the start, Black Lives Matter has been about LGBTQ lives. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm reading that backwards. And 2 of 3 Black Lives Matter founders identify as queer. I mean, this is the founders. You start with the foundation. Jesus is our foundation, but you start with the foundation of an organization.
And the core.
The core, that's
yes.
Right. And you see, you're going to see that stuff. This was what BLM was about to begin with from the very beginning. Number one, if you look at the exaggerated numbers, you guys, Black folks are not, unarmed Black men are not being killed daily by police. We have like a police force of about 700,000. Most of them very good people. I have friends whose children are law enforcement. Shout out to Rhonda. Love you so much if you're watching. And shout out to Shanette. She keeps on asking me to give her a shout out, and we have not. And she let me know she watches our channel, and we love her. Huh? We love her so much. Anyway, she's a good family friend, and so is Rhonda. But anyway, a lot of the law enforcement are really, most of them are really good people. They got into this risking their lives because they care about their communities. And this is just what it is. And all of this hogwash about defund the police, that is because they think, just like they think that saying that voter ID is racist, like a Black person can't go out and get an ID. Or anything. You can't even rent a house. You can't do anything without an ID. Yet they're saying Black folks are incapable of going and getting their ID or driver's license is the reason they're not having voter ID laws. They're using Black folks. It just keeps being Black folks, you guys. I pray, eyes open, and that people get fed up. Daniel's point in starting this whole channel was to help people get fed up with this stupidity. Number one, we are Americans. We can. Amen. We are Americans. Like my husband did the video, American, not Americans. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us if you're a Christian American. Amen. And we need to look at these things. So what I wanted to talk about real quick while they're talking about issues with the Black community, if people are getting mad because they hear their skin and they feel like they're so downtrodden and stuff, let's get to the root of what's going on. Number one, the number of fathers in homes is extremely low, okay? Extremely low due to Jim Crow Biden and his laws that he has been a part of passing over almost 50 years, you guys. When you have a community that's impoverished, automatically what comes along with that is going to be crime, illness, depression, addiction. How do you combat that? You give people a job. What's that old whatever? I'm not going to call it a proverb. It may be some kind of proverb. I don't know. But if you give a man a fish, you feed him one meal. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, darling. Yeah. And so that's what we try to do with you guys. We try to teach you guys how to get out there and get your own. We have 3 children that are successful out in the work world right now on their own, not in the basement, in mom and dad's basement and all this, and they're young. One's getting ready to get married, everything, you know, making great money, working and stuff, getting ready to relocate to be with his fiance and her family. We're so happy for them. But the bottom line is this, like I, told my children, I was actually a socialist. I would be considered a socialist Democrat up until I was 17 years old. Everybody's a socialist when mom and dad are footing the bill. Okay. When I was 17 years old, I had to get out and get a job. And I actually went out on my own and had to rent an apartment, buy a car, all of that stuff at 17 years old. That was my life. Okay. So I was a socialist up until then. Everybody is. Nobody wants to give their money away. Not even a dope dealer, you guys. A dope dealer will kill you. You come trying to take their money or telling them, give me your money. That's so dumb. And, my husband has said it before. I've said it before. We actually own 40 acres. We actually own 40 acres of land that's our own. We didn't need anybody to give it to us. It's ours. We worked hard and we did what we had to do in order to purchase it. And we owe very little on it now. And, so the bottom line is that we can buy a mule if we want to, too. Okay? It's not about giving somebody something. If you give them something, they're not going to appreciate it. Thus, they're going to tear it down. That's what you see in a lot of the project houses and things. And here in California, project housing is multiracial. So it's not just Black folks tearing up stuff. It's all socialists tearing stuff up. And the only president that I've seen do anything to combat, in my lifetime, to combat Jim Crow laws has been President Donald John Trump, which is why he gets my vote. If I could vote twice for him, I would. Okay, I wish Melly could vote.
Yeah, if I'm old enough, I would be.
Amen, because we want to make America
great again.
And we want to keep America
great.
Amen. That's our household, because creating jobs, and then you guys, he's the only president that put black to white, that's that ink to that paper, and actually did passed legislation, put into law things that are combating Jim Crow laws. He's the only president that has combated poverty by creating jobs. And don't believe the myth that capitalism is so bad. Who do you think people get jobs from? Capitalists. Hello. My husband works, he's got a job. Capitalism creates jobs, not socialism. Socialism puts people down in the basement eating mama and daddy's food for 30 years. No. So anyway, you guys, again, Melly, do you have anything you want to say?
I don't know. Make America great.
Make America great. Amen. Make
Always.
Always. And we are so proud to be Americans. Again, you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. God bless y'all.